Yo, 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 welcome in. Take notes, grab a pen. Welcome back to another episode of the Honorable Marvin Coop Show with the host, Chef Marv. No lie, I'm that guy. And we are back with another WWE pay-per-view rewind, the 2001 Survivor Series. And I got my man Jojo and Andre the Sports Junkie. What up,
It is so,
fellas?
it is so good to hear
Man.
you say your line again. It's been just too long.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? Talk to me.
Man, not much, man. Been busy, man. Just hit 100 subs on YouTube, man. So your boy been putting
Congrats.
in work, man.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man, keep it going. Keep the marathon going.
Oh
Man.
yeah, man, for sure.
All right. 2001 Survivor Series. Jojo, this was yours. So, what made you pick this one? Talk to us.
The reason why I really picked this pay-per-view was single-handedly because of the invasion storyline. I
Oh,
mean, you
yeah.
obviously had some of WCW and ECW like crossing over in the early 2000s, mid
Hmm.
2000s. Then when WWE fully bought out WCW, you had all types of talent from ECW and WCW just integrate into, in WWE, and they was trying to find a mark and beating up everybody, beating up all the talent. Then you had The Rock and Austin, who arguably had one of the greatest Mania events ever. And then, he obviously lost. And then, you know how they went. So the next night, Rock demanded another title shot. Triple H, Austin, and Vince, they beat him up and they sent him packing to Hollywood for like, I want to say like 3 or 4 months, somewhere around there. He was gone for a minute to
Yep.
do the Mummy's Return, the Scorpion King, or something like that. And so while he was gone, the two-man power trip formed, Triple H Terry Squad. So Austin was doing his own thing. Austin's originally sided with Team WWF with Angle, Big Show, and Jericho and the Brothers of Destruction. Then once Booker T and all of them started getting into the mix, Austin flipped sides and went to Team Alliance. So they was pretty much like getting manhandled because it was no Rock and and Vince. Like I went back and watched this episode of Raw. Vince said like he uplifted the suspension for Rock and he wanted Rock back to save the WWF. Rock came back, rock bottom Vince, rock bottom Shane, and hit the people's elbow on Shane, and he fully and officially announced that he was Team WWF. Won the world title off of Booker T at SummerSlam, and now we here. You got Rock, Rock, Jericho, the Brothers of Destruction, and I think Big Show
Mhm.
versus Booker T, well, Austin Booker T, RVD, who them niggas didn't boo at all, bro. They didn't boo RVD at all.
Nope.
They love RVD. Then you had Shane. And that was probably like at that time it was probably one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. Really the biggest main event of the year at that time as well, because you had an invasion storyline going on. And I feel like the main event was pretty good.
It's
Only
only
thing I
one.
didn't
It's only one clueless nigga I know that don't like RVD.
you talking about Jonathan.
That's crazy that he doesn't, huh?
Bro,
That's
John doesn't like RVD, but this dude is the type of dude to hype up Alberto Del Rio. Like, what are we doing, bro? It's 2026 and you hyping up Del Rio. Like, come on, bro.
Stop disrespecting.
No, it's not,
Stay
no,
on
it's not
script.
disrespect. It's
Stay
just,
on. Stay on script. Stay on script.
oh my gosh, man.
Stay on script.
But overall, man, I thought this pay-per-view was pretty fun to watch, man.
That
Like,
was pretty dope.
yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. Like, I like watching RVD's work in this match to me was probably RVD and Angles. Like I really like how they was able to like take over the match technical wise. And I
Hmm.
really like how The Rock was really selling. Like when people talk about Ric Flair selling, The Rock was the king of selling,
He
man. That
was.
brother could sell his tail off, man. And he made people want to watch it just off his selling alone. But overall, I just thought this pay-per-view was like one of the best Survivor Series pay-per-views ever. So,
and you
that's
also can't leave out Kurt Angle's ability trying to take them out from the inside out, joining them for a brief moment in time, and then when they
mm,
have their back turned, pull the trigger.
yeah. That's one thing I can say about Kurt. You can't trust that man, bro. You can't trust him. He's just like how
And he
Randy
still
Orton
got
is.
booed the next night.
Yeah, because like
Mhm.
the fans, like they turned on Austin, true enough, but it was still a lot of fans that still liked Austin. So when Austin came, so I think this is when Ric Flair came back the next night. I think, or he came back the week after next. It was something like that. Ric Flair eventually popped up on WWE TV
Yeah,
soon.
co-owners.
Yeah, and then because Vince was finna give the title to Austin, I mean to Angle the next night, and Austin came out, he whooped both of them, and he officially turned face. I don't know how, but he
Bro,
officially turned face.
Stone Cold can be like that just as Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, yeah, but
He was
yeah,
booed in the 90s, yeah, but mid 2000s, bro, he wasn't getting you were not going to boo him. It wasn't happening. Even his feud with Hogan when Hogan was the face, it wasn't happening.
hmm Oh, they hated Shawn Michaels in that feud. I ain't gonna lie, they booed the crap out of that dude, bro.
All right, kick it
All
off.
right.
What's the first match?
All right, so the first match on the card, we got Christian versus Al Snow.
Christian,
I'm not gonna
Mm,
lie, man.
his theme.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this like a 5. It was all right, but it was like,
It could have been better. Or saved for Raw.
shoot, it was like 6 minutes and 30 seconds, though. Like it was short. Like that's why I'm like, he would have. I eventually think if they would have gave him like a little bit more time, I think it would have been better because it wasn't bad to watch, but it was like, I mean, 6 minutes though, bro. Like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I couldn't even go fix a sandwich and come back and sit down and eventually enjoy that whole
You should have
match.
just ate the sandwich instead of watching this shit. This shit was like ass. Here's my
Yeah,
thing
it
with this.
wasn't bad.
Here's the
Not
thing.
gas.
Average people would say it was a good match. Me, I say it was a boring match. It was fast paced. Don't get me wrong.
It was.
The right man went over since Christian was a young guy on the rise and
Hmm
Snow was like that veteran. So he wasn't wrestling full time. So the finish was just uninspired to me because it was like a simple leave the ring, then enter the ring, then hit a kick, ending it that wasn't, that creative at all. So I'm gonna say
hmm
4. It was a 4 out of 10. Stop drinking that Red Bull, motherfucker. God damn.
I needed it.
You're right. Yeah, I didn't like this at all, bro.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like the next match either.
Like I said, some of them was kind of ass until like,
hmm
the end.
And back to your
Yeah.
point, Jojo, you are right. That tag division back then, jeez Louise. You had the Hollies, the Dudleys, the Hardys, the
Edge and Christian,
not to mention the
Undertaker,
Alliance
Kane,
tag teams.
Undertaker and Kane.
Take Kane. That is crazy. What a division
Mhm.
that was back then. Right to
Yep.
censor.
Oh, I hated them so bad, bro. Oh my gosh, I hate them, bro. Dude, I'm glad I wasn't born in '01, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Because if I could fully understand pro wrestling, if I was a '90s kid, dude, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. The stuff I would do and the heinous things I would commit, bro. If I had to see right to censor on my TV, bro. Like you had the Godfather called the Good Father. What we doing, bro? Oh my God, I hated them, bro. I hated everything about them, bro. It was bad, bro. I hated them. But next we got Jerry versus. I'm not gonna hear me out, bro. Just hear me out real quick. Jerry versus William Regal. Man, you had William Regal win, obviously. But I do think because Tajiri was cold. He was so underrated in
He
the ring,
was.
just like how William Regal was really good in the ring. I think if they would have gave them about 8 or 9 minutes, this match would have been banging. I'm not gonna lie,
Instead, yeah, but
and I
they
can't
gave
even
him
rate it, bro.
259.
I can't rate it because it was like 2 minutes, bro. I can't rate it.
Nah, because they rushed it, you know. But
Yeah.
they had some hard hitting match. It was a hard hitting match. His bloody nose proved it.
Oh yeah.
So, and on
And
this
William
note,
Regal's physical.
I'm not a fan of a man on woman violence, but I know it was done, just to be like, damn,
hmm
I'm like this shit was bad. But it was done to get some heat and to make him look like a jerk and shit. But it wasn't
Yeah.
necessary in my opinion.
Are you talking about
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Tori?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And back then, that's when Vince was really letting women get beat up on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he allowed Stone Cold to hit Lita with the chair, I was like,
Bro,
yo,
he was.
that was too far.
Right.
Like, I
It's
get
not
it, you're doing
funny,
for a
bro.
show, but Nah,
It's
that was
not
too hard.
funny, bro. But he was whooping the crap out of him with that chair.
Mm-hmm.
And relentlessly too.
And then
But
they
you know,
dated. I think
like,
they dated for a few years. I'm not quite sure if they were like together at this point, but I think so. I think because I know they dated for a few years.
like not even just WWE alone, like intergender matches are like really popular in wrestling
Yeah.
promotions. Like people like Penta and Chelsea Green, like they fought in Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah.
Penta,
Oh yeah.
Penta and EO, bro. Like it's really popular, bro. Like legit.
Wait, that's crazy.
Bro, when I say Chelsea Green is a hooper, bro, she one of them, bro. But yeah, man, back to that, bro. Like I said, I can't rate this, bro. It was 2 minutes and 59 seconds, bro. Like, what are we doing?
It definitely was hard hitting though. We can't deny that.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
And I feel like too with the traditional 5-on-5 being the absolute last match, that was for sure going to be the longest one. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's another reason why he may have rushed the beginning matches.
Yeah, man, because the main event was like 45 minutes.
Don't worry, this next match was great. Come on, you know, nigga. Come on.
Next, we got the rated R superstar,
Mm-hmm.
Edge, versus the big boot, God rest his
God
soul,
rest his soul. Yeah, rest in peace, Tess.
Test in the
Man,
WWE.
it's really hard to believe. Pause. It's hard to believe that this man is gone.
Yeah.
Yup.
Like, damn. Like,
I didn't even know he was gone until like a couple of years ago, bro.
that's crazy. I
And
remember
two,
when they announced that shit. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck happened to him? He,
Exactly, bro.
I will say too, Tess had his first theme song, the
yeah.
That was
Rest
tough.
in
that beat
peace,
in the
Tess,
background
man.
too.
That was
But let
tough.
me start this off. You know, since the GOAT won, you know, it was a you better watch that breath flowing, brother. Mm, mm, mm. Calm down, young fella. Calm down. This was a great match. I'm gonna give it an 8. You know, because I had completely forgot about this match. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was impressed by their work. You know, it told the story of Tess. You know, using his power for much. You know, Edge found a way to win as a smaller face, even though he was like, you know, the tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Tess wasn't a great. He wasn't known as a great in-ring performer, if y'all get what I'm saying. Especially around this time when he first got there. You know, while Edge ended up having a great career. Sadly,
Mm-hmm.
Tess, you know, of course, you know, 2009 he passed away at the age of 33, just too young. And I felt like
Dang.
they didn't really give him a fair shake. You know what I
God,
mean? So I don't know, man.
because
And then
man,
Stephanie in that locker room after this match, I ain't gonna get into that. But RP to Tess, man, it was just
Mhm.
and that's crazy too, because people, you gotta understand, like Tess, if he was really pushed right, oh
yeah,
boy, he would have been
he
on
would
just
have got
some.
it.
And because he had he could play a heel and a really good one at that.
He was more so used as a giant, but like around
Yeah,
this
that's pretty
time,
much what he
bro,
was. Yeah,
like you had like Big
they didn't need.
Show,
Yeah, you didn't
Undertaker,
need no
and
giants
Kane,
at
but
this
you didn't
point.
need him in the main event picture with them guys because it was
Mm.
already stacked for the Giants. So that's why I get it, but it's like I don't know, man. But
I feel like they just could have did better with him. Even when they did the new regime of ECW in '06, like I really believe he could have been an ECW world champion.
Even
who
and
was
here's
even the
so
ECW World Champion? Like Big Show?
here's the thing with this. I feel like, and I hate to say this, I feel like Test was the most failed experiment in all of WWF history because they didn't properly use him, they misutilized him, and they placed him in all the wrong areas as possible.
Mm,
You know, so even like with the whole Tory Kane story was just trash.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? It
yeah.
was like I just felt like, and I've always said this on like when I started this show years ago, and other little WWF podcasts I've been on throughout the years, and people always like seem to agree with me. I just felt like he was just the most failed experiment that WWF had to offer, and they
Hmm.
just like really, it's like you had this great actor, but you couldn't write for him and put him in the right movies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like putting Eddie
Good
Murphy
point.
and I mean, and I ain't gonna say Eddie can play. I think Eddie could play any movie, but that's like you putting Denzel in The Hangover. It probably won't work. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You just put him in all the wrong spots. So I
Yeah.
hate that they did that. And then, like I said, he died in '09. You know, where I think he could have had a chance to really come back around that time. That's probably where they could have utilized him in probably the 2010s. Just like they tried to do with Nash and the Triple H story.
Mhm.
They could have used Test in one of them stories for it, in my honest opinion. So rest up, man. I just
Mm.
wish he would have had the
Honestly,
opportunity.
when you talk about like experiments in WWE, y'all finna call me crazy, bro. I think Kane was like the most. I think Kane got done the worst, bro. If you really think about it, Kane debuted as a monstrous heel in '97 with his brother Undertaker. Well, Undertaker had a match with Shawn Michaels in the Hell in the Cell at Bad
Hmm.
Blood. Kane things hit, he ripped the door off. Kane looked like a monster.
Right.
Then like Kane, like how they was doing Kane, like Kane just like his value just went down like over and over. And like when he got to the early 2000s, bro, it was cooked until he turned heel and no world title push came with it or nothing. Then he just, y'all threw him in the tag division. Kane didn't get another world title, ladies and gentlemen, to like 2009, 2010 when he finally beat Undertaker. Like, you really think about it, it's kind of crazy, bro. When you had people and there's a lot of people that should have won the world titles in the early 2000s. Umaga should have been a world champ. Kane should have won the world championship again. But they was so focused. Like Cena was the guy. Don't get me wrong, Cena was the guy. But when you constantly throwing titles on people and it's nothing against Miz, like when you throwing the world title on Miz, when you could actually like put it on like somebody like Kane. That's the problem, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like don't get me wrong, because the Kane was good as a face, but when Kane needed to be a low down monstrous heel, bro, you can't you can't like you can't turn away from that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I could just be thinking wrong, bro. But that's just how I feel, man. But this match between Edge and Test, it was all right. I'm gonna give it a 6. I feel like the right person won. Um, I just really, I just realized it was a unification match too, low key.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like 11 minutes though. I mean, it was fine, but it was just like nothing.
Good.
That was just like, you know, oh, this the best match on the card. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 6.5. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't
Yeah.
just just crazy.
Yeah, no, I gave it 8 for myself just because you had it was I like I mean, one, you got Edge in there and he never disappoints. Test never disappoints. Well, at least for me in this match, he didn't. A little bit of just fast pace because you had Edge, who's more of like the speed guy, and then you had Testas, who's more of the bruiser.
Hmm.
I think those two meshed really well. And I think too, Edge had before the match was making fun of him, the big boot. But I liked it. I gave it an 8 for me.
So the next now, this is where we get cooking, right?
This is
This is where
yeah.
we
This
start
is where
frying,
Yep.
right?
this is
You
where the
got
gumbo starts to smell great.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You
Hmm.
got the Dudleys and the Hardys. The Dudleys with Stacy Keibler, man, and the Hardys with Lita, bro.
That division was crazy back then.
Bro, dude, just imagine, bro, if you had like the peak Usos in this division at this time, bro. Do you know the matches we could have got back then, bro? You had Usos, Edge and Christian, Usos and Hardys, Usos and Dudleys, like Usos and Brothers the Destruction, bro. Like it was stacked, bro. But this match right here, bro, did not disappoint at all. Mind you, they just put on a banger at Mania, bro. In that ladder match with Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, bro. But Jeff Hardy
Let me ask you something.
was a
I noticed with like a few people I record, like
mhm.
you, Dre, and even my man Ray. Shout out to him. Y'all always say Edge, Christian, Hardys, Dudleys, Brothers of Destruction, and all that. Why y'all niggas don't never put DX like they won them? I hear a lot of people leave out DX like they wasn't,
Me personally, I consider DS as like a fashion. I don't really put them in a tag team. I don't really put them in like tag team combos like that for real. Unless you want to do like the New Age Outlaws, then yeah, I guess. But
The New
like,
Age Outlaws were good.
yeah, but when you talking about like tag team wrestling, like
Yeah,
pave the way for tag team, like you gonna think of people like the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, freaking.
man, DX was there before them niggas. What you mean?
But tag team wrestling wasn't like that until the Hardys and the
Bro, you
Dudleys
still
really
had the
just started.
domination in them. You still had the Bulldogs. Come on, bro, don't do that. You still had them niggas.
Oh,
Them
that's right,
niggas really
Nation
paved the way and
Domination.
shit.
But
Yeah, all them, bro. If
they
DX was
wasn't.
really in the mix with all of them. Yes, it was.
But they weren't the Hardys or the Dudleys though, man.
They brought excitement, but you can't say like paved the way like they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like them
This
guys really
what
did
I'm
pave the
saying
way.
is what I'm saying is like if I could pick any tag team from that era, main
And I
event, the
keep
Mania.
forgetting you only 12 years old. You was born
What?
you was
Oh my
born like, yeah,
God.
I keep forgetting.
No, but hear me out though. Hear me out though. If I
Mm-mm,
could pick any
mm-mm.
tag team from that era at the
No,
time,
Mr.
like
Yeet, I can't hear you out because you
come
nah.
on, bruh, you got to listen though. Listen though. Listen.
I've heard enough. I've known you for
That's
a year now.
crazy.
I've
You gonna
not
do that to me because I'm black.
I,
I think that's what it is, Shaq. He doing this to me because I'm black with glasses. That's what it is, man.
that ain't the most Urkel shit I've ever heard. This is nigga said 'cause I'm black. Bro, I've been knowing you for a year now. We grown the grapevine. But like I said, that's why I said what I said. I've known you for a year and I never like heard you say like DX or anybody. And I've known Ray for damn near almost I think about to be 3 years since I've known Ray. And he
When I
never really nobody like as I'm saying, like y'all know how come nobody never speaks on DX or something.
I speak on DS when it's like I feel like DX like because it's kind of crazy now that both
You want
Triple
to be like
H and
maybe,
Shawn is headed
yeah,
to
Triple
Stratus.
H and Shawn.
So they definitely changed the game, bro. They definitely changed the game. But it's like Demolition, the Road Warriors, them guys, the Bulldogs, they was obviously like great. But I just think when you got something as great as the Dudleys, Edge and Christian and the Hardys at the same time in the same tag division, the same era, bro, that's just like
Once
And to
again,
think too, bro, the Dudleys
I get
left.
what you're saying, but like I said, y'all you can't act like that division was tougher though.
oh, it definitely was. Like and then you had the head shrinkers too, so it definitely
Yeah,
was tough, but
bushwhackers, all of them.
Oh
That's what
my
I'm saying.
God, the
You had some heavy
Bushwhackers.
hitters now. And like I was listening to Bret Hart. I think that interview was last year. How like this modern day wrestling versus like back then it's just it's fake.
You saw how he
It's
was talking about
trash.
punches?
Yeah, and
He
I
says
kind of
they
get what he
pull
was
back.
saying because, and then I was talking to another youngin on his TikTok live about how he was like, New Age. I'm like, I respect the New Age. Don't get me wrong,
hmm
New Age, New Day and all that shit. But
But
I was
it's
like,
not
you ain't
like
seen real tag team, and then he brought up the Bloodline. I was like, yeah, you think they the most dominant family in wrestling? You ain't seen the Heart Foundation, my brother,
heart. Oh
because
my God.
that was the real blood, the first very blood.
Man, man, the bloodline, mind you, the bloodline formed off of a freaking coffee joke by Kevin Owens, by the way. A coffee joke, bro. They gave this man pure hell for 4 years, bro.
Which is
This man
crazy.
got hit by a golf cart, got his arm closed in a hell in cell door, got kicked in the face 20 times, got handcuffed to the rope. Bro, everything he hated against Roman and the Usos, bro, it was well deserved. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because they gave that man pure hell on
I
SmackDown.
Yeah,
get
like when he turned on Cody and everyone was like, why would you do that? Bro, you just sided with the enemy after I got my ass whooped trying to protect you.
Exactly, bro.
it.
But yeah,
This
man, like wrestling has more than one royal family, like Cody theme song says, but bruh, them Samoans got bruh. Oh my gosh, bro, it's lots of them, bruh.
I get it, but I'll just say like, man, the
But there's
Hearts
other,
is
yeah, the Hart
the
Foundation
Heart
Yeah.
was,
Foundation. That they was in the dungeon for real. Don't get me wrong, the
Oh yeah,
Samoans was
definitely
on the
are.
island, and I get that, but them boys was in the dungeon for
Oh,
real, straight
and you
working.
got to
together.
realize too, when you're younger too, like, or at least for me when I was growing up, like when you watched anything tag team wrestling, you thought of, even though I wasn't in that era, I was born in '98, so but as I got older and
I'm
watching
12 years old
documentaries
too.
and movies, everyone should know about the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
So who
that
y'all think will win in the battle between the Bloodline and the Hart?
It
I
really
got Hart
depends how it's
Foundation.
booked. It really depends how it's booked. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like
That'll be a good match.
if it's like a War Games match type setup thing, but like I said, it just depends how it's booked because like it can go either way, honestly.
R.I.P. to Owen.
Man, RP the Gym, Owen, British Bulldog, all them guys.
All of them.
Man, Bret Hart is really the only one left, bro. If you really think about it, that's crazy. Dude, I know he be going through it, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. But
My
yeah,
bad, y'all. Back on schedule. My fault. My fault.
but yeah, man, this match right here was banging, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff Hardy, bro, that is a crazy SOB, bro. The fact that he climbed, they had the match won if you really think about it. This
Matt
fool
was like, "Come
climbed,
on!"
this fool climbed to the top, bro, and just jumped off and missed. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. And Jim Ross on that commentary, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. He sold the crap out this match, bro.
And it's crazy too, because when he does that swanton, bro, I know. Look, I don't care what anyone says. When he hit that mat, bro, I know Jeff was like, "Don't touch me. Let me
Oh, he
just lay
definitely got
here."
the
But you knew Devon was gonna move just by the way he was set up on the table and how he kept kind of like peeking up.
Right.
And when he jumped, bro, I was like, "Yeah, Jeff probably telling Matt like, just please don't touch me. Get away from me."
he definitely got the win knocked out of himself. 100%.
100%.
He definitely got the
But
win knocked out of
that
himself.
was a
So what you give
I
this
loved it.
match, Jojo?
I'm gonna give this a 9, bro. This
Nine.
match right here was banging. It didn't top the WrestleMania one, but this match right here was banging, bro. I don't have no wrong thing to say about it. The only thing I say that was wrong, it was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But if it was about 20, 25, bro,
We could have got hella more Jeff Hardy stunts.
probably would have been a 10.
What about you,
I
But
Joe?
think,
that those two teams, every time they get together, it's just good for
Mhm.
business. Like they mesh so well together. They even did it too, Marv, not that long ago in TNA again,
Yeah,
and they still got it. Like that chemistry is unfreaking matched.
yeah. That chemistry is somewhat how the Usos and the New Day chemistry are.
Is yep because
If you really think about it.
that Hell in a Cell match.
And that was a great match too.
I'm
They
gonna
tried to
say
kill each
this.
other.
I'm gonna give it a 9. It was
Mm-hmm.
a good match, like usual for them.
Hmm.
But I think it would have been 10 times better and probably better than the WrestleMania one if it was a tornado tag match with no
Oh, I
tags
agree.
necessary, because then you would have been more physical. They could have used the cage more. I don't understand why they would spend 5 minutes tagging in. Then,
Mm-hmm.
turning it into a tornado match would have been dope, in my opinion. It could have been like on set rules and all that other stuff like that, or on another, but you know, at the end of the day, it was still a 9. Because
Hmm.
the ending of the match told an interesting story with Matt leaving the ring at the time when his brother was like left alone with two rivals. It was it was bad strategy, although. But if
Yeah,
Jeff climbed down that, you know, I think they would have won. You
100%.
know, huge bump by Jeff. Who loved doing that kind of shit in regular matches. I see him do that shit in regular matches. But I feel like it would have been better than the WrestleMania one if it was a tornado tag match. My opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, Marv, I'm glad you brought that up because it does kind of annoy me when you see tag team cage matches and it's like they're forced tag. They're making it into a traditional tag match with the cage. Like, dude, it's a
Yeah.
no disqualification.
True. Right.
Yeah.
The fuck is a tag needed for?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So these next two matches, bro, got a
This is
battle
when
Oh
royal.
boy.
this is probably when you added the wrong ingredients to the gumbo and you gotta throw it out.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is for like, what was it? Immunity. So you'll always, regardless of who wins the tag match, you'll still have a job kind of thing.
So test one, I mean,
Once again, as I said earlier in the show, y'all, if y'all was paying
Misused.
attention, this was not an okay battle royal, in my opinion. There was definitely no exciting moments in this. Even though Tess won, but Tess was the guy always, they always wanted to push, like I said, but failed so miserably. So it was just a way to like try to push him over, but I think it was just bad timing at this point. So I'm gonna give this battle royal a two.
Yeah, me too.
Two.
I'm giving it a 1.
Two.
Bro, I think they cooked the roux of the gumbo too fast, man. So they had to start
Yeah,
making it
they
on
burnt it.
crack.
They burnt it, and you
Yeah,
put that wrong salt or seasoning in it. So,
yeah. Then they had to start over, man.
My bad.
Then
Have you
you
ever dealt
got
with that, Marv?
cool.
Like, has some not you, because I know you're a chef, but like, has someone never made gumbo and they brought it to you and you're like, oh my God, no.
Oh, because here's the thing with gumbo, Joe. I don't know if you're familiar with gumbo. You don't even have to taste gumbo. If it smells off,
yeah,
it's not gonna taste good. If it smells scorched or the color not right,
yeah. You
or
can
you could
just
just
see
look
it.
at it and tell it's like, oh,
Oh
this
shit.
shit ain't gonna be shit. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Or like I done had this one dude, like little nigga was on the phone, and I'm walking past him. I was like, that look like shit, bro. Like you gonna have to do that over. Like you just have to really pay attention to that roux, and you have to keep
Yeah.
stirring and stirring and stirring. Because if it sticks to the pot and gets too brown, it's not gonna be good. You can
Nope.
put as much shit in there as you want to, but it's still gonna be bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
as
once you
long as
start
you,
cooking too
yeah,
fast, it's rats, bro. And like you can
hmm
like he said, you can tell it like the gumbo's gonna be
yeah,
bad, bro. Because if it look like bucket mop water, bro,
it's
Oh, then
bad.
you know it's like, okay.
nigga, throw that in
That's
the garbage, bro,
bad.
and start over.
Like the
I just feel like
brownest you
with
can
the
get it to is uh
It's like
trying to
some
use this.
chocolate, right? It gotta be like the chocolate color somewhere around there.
Okay, perfect example. Megan Thee Stallion.
Hmm.
I think she has a perfect brown skin complexion. If it's brown like her, maybe a little browner, then it's fine. But
oh, okay.
if it's that like, yeah, if it's that midnight brown, like 12:15 late for curfew, brown, dark, yeah, it's over.
No.
Yeah.
My bad. I just wanted to ask because I
No,
know
no, no,
you're a
you
chef,
good.
so
You good.
I
You
know you've
good.
seen it all.
Trust me. Everything I made, like I said, I fucked up plenty of shit before, so I should know. I should know. But it took years. It took years for me to make gumbo perfect. And I
Look at
mean
you now.
years. Hmm
So, and that's why I feel like when you do say like that's just not good. It's not you disowning or being mean. That's just your way of
Right.
saying like
I've been cooking since I was
I've been in
15.
there.
So yeah, I've been cooking for
Yep.
22 years. So that's why I tell people like
Like I know my worth.
I
Don't tell
know.
me.
Because like I said, I started cooking gumbo. I first tried it when I was 17. I didn't get it right till I was like 20, 23, 24. So
Oh
yeah.
wow.
That's why I was like, it took years for me to
So it
like
took some time.
that took time. All of that shit took time. I can honestly say I was a great chef at the age of 25. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So yeah, I've been a great chef for like 12 years now.
But yeah, and that's what you know your worth. You've been doing
Mm-hmm.
it. You've had your failures, and you're not afraid to admit. Yeah, I struggled at one point.
Exactly. Trust me, I done fucked up. Oh, but shit. I don't know how many times customers like, hey, this shit is crazy. I was like, whew, yeah. Mm. But
He
you
said, "Ooh."
always take the criticism. That's what you tell people. Just take the
Yeah,
criticism and keep it moving. That's all.
you
"Yeah,
can't
don't get
take
upset."
criticism, but you ain't gonna last long, bro.
But like Jojo said, this women's match right here. I mean, I'm glad my baby won, but this right here was just.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it either.
It's like
I can't rate this, bro.
you put a raw piece of shrimp in the gumbo with this one. I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this about the Trish Stratus match. Of course, we all knew she was gonna win. It
Jazz
was fine,
Jacqueline.
but each woman got a chance to really show what they can do in the ring. They did the predictable spot with everything hitting signature moves and nearly winning it. Trish getting the win was just treated like, what's I say, an upset by JR. Especially you can hear it in his voice on the commentary and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, this nigga just so upset. But in the terms of the star power, though, it had a lot of star power in this match. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You have,
From Lita and all that stuff like that.
mhm.
Crowd, and the crowd loved Lita. I ain't gonna lie to you. The crowd was, and I thought it would be better because the crowd was into Lita like that. But That's probably the only exciting part about this match was that they was into her. So I'm gonna give it like a 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
a
was
I
just
three
can't
it was
four.
rate
just
it,
bad.
bro.
It was
It was
just
like
bad.
4 minutes, bro. I can't rate that.
I feel you.
And to think
I just
about
gotta be
it too,
professional though.
because
You know, I just gotta be a
you
little
got
professional.
Jazz, Jacqueline, Trish. You got
There's
some
some
stars.
games in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ivory. God, every time I think of Ivory, I can't stop thinking of RTC.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just found that I thought I had found that list you had posted on your IG story of the NBA players, but I lost
Mm-hmm.
it, man. So I gotta look for it again. But now
Mm-hmm.
the main event, bro. And I see why this match was 45 minutes, man. I feel like,
There were so many twists and turns. It
yeah,
was a great story told.
bro, like how they put it, like how everybody put their finishes on Shane McMahon, bro. That was funny. I ain't gonna even lie. That was
That's
funny.
Yeah, so the battle. So this is the Survivor match, right?
Hmm.
yeah.
So let's talk about how they let Shane eliminate the Big Show. It took 3 finishers plus an elbow to finish off the Big Show. That made him look better than losing after one move. Like, come on, man. Like, are you serious right now? Like, that's
Big Show,
crazy. Then he
Big
F
Show
around to
was,
get eliminated by Chris Jericho. I was like, come on, man. But I ain't gonna lie. That one was probably like my favorite elimination. With
yeah,
the running forearm smash on what was that,
Yeah, that
Angle.
forearm was net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Followed by that backbreaker for 2. Man, that knee drop by Booker on Jericho was crazy. And
shoot,
then this is
RVD
for
is in there
you, John.
too.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jonathan, this is for you. RVD got some kicks in on Jericho too now.
Yeah,
You should
but
have
I ain't
seen
gonna
that.
lie though. I may sound crazy, bro, but I don't think RVD should eliminate Kane.
I think
I'm not
so.
gonna lie. I
I
don't think
think
he
so.
should.
I mean,
Only reason why I say that,
after what's his name cleaned the house with them clotheslines,
that is true.
Bro,
for
That's
all
fair.
4 of them niggas.
That's fair.
Hey man, Undertaker with the snake eyes, man. Followed by that boot
Bro,
to the face.
hey,
Woo!
bro, the way he runs off those ropes, bro, doing
Yeah.
snake eyes, bro, he really like
Mm-mm-mm.
embodies wrestling.
He
Like,
knocked
dude,
down
7 foot, by
Austin,
the
boy.
way.
I'm trying to tell you, man. He hit that little last ride on Angle too. And then Booker brought that chair into the ring.
Yep.
And
Ah,
Taker kicked him. Pow. Then Austin hit that little stunner on Undertaker and put that nigga Angle, to
and my
eliminate him.
favorite
I was like,
part though,
damn,
too, my favorite part was like the promo that Vince did with Linda. Shit happens,
shit
mhm.
happens,
and
man.
then, of course, telling the end, man, you get it down to Rock and Austin, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, give me the belt comes in Kurt, and then he turns on Austin to take the alliance down. Like, I, I was like, man, they told this match to a T.
It was poetic too because
It
Rock
was.
never pinned Steve Austin in the ring at all, and that was his first time ever pinning Stone Cold Steve Austin prior to their Mania match at WrestleMania
When
19. So it was very poetic. So I liked it, bro. I enjoyed the finish.
Yeah,
Obviously
man.
the right team won. I'm gonna get this match a 9 too. Probably I really can get this match it really can bump up to like a 10 if you really think about it. I don't think it
Yeah.
was nothing wrong with it. Felt like the eliminations were fine. Jericho turning on Rock, which was the seeds was planted for like months in advance. So I mean, I felt like that was the good point, well, a great point for him to like turn on Rock. Then Angle turning on Austin was very crucial too as well. Then you have Rock pick up the win for Team WWF. The alliance goes out of business. Paul
Mm-hmm.
Heyman is thrown out of the commentary table the next night on Raw and is replaced by the new and returning Jerry Lawler. So everything worked out
and
fine. So
wasn't he going through a situation too with the cat at that time? That's why he had stepped away,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
like divorce issues or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely a 10. It was an awesome match. The
Yeah.
victory meant that the WWE continued to exist while the Alliance died. So I don't think that nobody really, watching this showed throughout the Alliance, that thought the Alliance was gonna win. I know I didn't think they was gonna win.
Hmm.
But like if you would have been it would have been interesting twist if they, you know.
Yeah.
Could you
I really
It
imagine
want
if
was
to know
so
what
yeah,
WWE
it
happened.
was so
WCW
much
had won?
it was so much plot twist you could have done with this.
And could you imagine if Triple H doesn't get hurt?
Exactly.
But what team he'll be on though is the question.
That's the real question. Yeah, what team he would have been on?
That dude Triple H is so slimy, bro.
He is.
But in a way, I think Triple H, it could have been possible Triple H could have been on Team WWF, but at the same time, I
Maybe
wouldn't
Austin
be
would have been
surprised.
WWF and he would have been on the Alliance.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if Austin and Rock was on WWF, on Team WWF, and Triple H is on the alliance with his brother-in-law and his wife. So I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know, man. Bruh, all I'm gonna say is Team WWF came back just like how the Philadelphia 76ers came back 3-1 against the Celtics.
Yeah, they did their. Excuse me, did you make the playoffs? I don't think so. So sit this one out.
I mean,
And
I
don't
my
you dare
team,
say a play. Don't you dare.
look, my
Don't
team never
you
blew a
dare.
3-1 lead though. So I'm
Hey,
chilling.
Philly, they've been getting their ass whooped by us every year. It was bound to happen at some point. Just should have been next year, not this year.
I don't know who choked harder, Boston
Pause.
Celtics or Team
Oh,
Alliance.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God, bro. Y'all knew exactly what. All right, man. All right. Overall, I give this you a 8.
Wow, bro.
That was a major pause.
Come on, bro. That's not what I meant, dude. Y'all some bad influences on my life, dude. I ain't gonna
I was
lie.
normal before I met you. So
Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was normal, knew who I was, and wasn't this diabolical. Yeah.
I won't be surprised, Marv, if one day we open YouTube and there's like 2-3 hours of bloopers, of pause bloopers.
I
I wouldn't be surprised.
don't have time to edit all that shit.
No, I can see JC finding time to do that.
Let him do that, brother. I ain't doing that. I'm with Jojo on this one. I'm gonna give it an 8. It was an
Hmm.
Yeah,
awesome show from. Nah, I ain't gonna say from top to bottom because
from
that
start
top
to
part was ass. From like the mid to like that one bad match in the ending. Most people forgot about the undercard. With good reason. But when you're having multiple 3-star matches like Edge versus Test, Dudley's versus Hardy's, then it's not bad at all. You know what I mean? The main
yeah,
event
it
was the
got
highlight
better.
of the show. And it delivered. So I think by far it was the best match. The Rock, led, beating the Alliance and stuff like that. Worst match I definitely think was that either the Battle Royal or the Women's Six-Pack Challenge.
Yeah.
The most memorable was definitely the Rock pinning Austin to win the event.
Hmm.
My stars of the show I'm gonna give it to the Rock, Austin, Kurt, Chris, Jericho, and Edge. And that's it for me.
I will say this pay-per-view could have been better if they would have gave Tajiri and William Regal like 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I really think it would have been better because those two, like I said, Tajiri is underrated. It doesn't get his flowers. And you got
And
William
Regal's
Regal
just a
getting his flowers.
technical, physical wrestler.
Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
would have been better, bro. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think correct me if I'm wrong, but JoJo, isn't William Regal's son on NXT as a Dempsey?
Charlie Dempsey, yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I just can't stand his little. He'll sit there and he'll just every 5 seconds. I'll be like, bro, do something else.
Yeah. All right. Anything else we want to add, fellas, before we get up out of here?
No, not that I know of.
It's just the only thing I'll add in. It's just crazy to think how stacked that tag division was at the time, and then just 5 years later, the Dudleys would leave to TNA because of the lack
Hmm.
of tag team division.
Yep.
It's just crazy how great it can go, and then how fast it can go from great to just ugh.
Man, all I'm gonna say is, man, thank God for the New Day and the Usos years later, bro. Because like the tag division was in the water, man. It was bad.
And go watch some Heart Foundation matches after this.
I watched Heart Foundations. I watched a lot of their matches. I watched the one when Austin and Michaels was feuding with the Heart Foundation. So I know about it. It's just thank God for the New Day, man. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
How did you feel about the
Anyways, yeah. No,
Bret
don't
Hart
don't ask
and
him nothing, Trey. He doesn't clearly know
oh no,
anything.
I was gonna ask you. I was like, how did you feel? Because I personally liked it. The Stone Cold versus Bret Hart WrestleMania 13, bro. I go back
Banger.
and forth to watch
That
that like
that
once every
was.
couple months.
I like how they did the double turn and that.
Yeah, I
Man,
gotta. That's a whole episode. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah.
That's a whole episode. But I think it's my turn to pick, fellas.
Uh-oh.
So I think we should do the WWF no 2001 No Way Out.
2001
I
the
think
whole way. Oh, that's what I thought we did that one.
yeah, didn't we do that one?
2001 No Way Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was I think Austin and Triple H had the three stages of hell, right?
Hell. And
Did we?
then yeah, we did.
Shit, did we do that one?
And that was the
I gotta
man and
start
then
writing
the
these down. Did
no,
we
it's just, you're
do?
good, bro. It's been a minute since we've been on here.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Everyone
gonna
been
close
so
out. We're gonna
busy.
end the show, and then I'll figure out which one we gonna
I bet.
get
Okay.
into. Oh, second, so been real. Like, comment, subscribe, and ignore JoJo. Peace.